Then he saw it, see it. Then he declared it, say it. And he established it, seated it, seated it, seated it, searched it out. He worked it out. He put it into reality, into work. He applied it in his life. What you hear won't work unless you put it into application. Search it out. See it. Say it. Seed it. See it. Say it. Seed it. Then did he see it? See what? There's got to be a vision if you see it, isn't it? Vision is not what you hear. Vision is what you see. It's what you see. More than anything else, when you sit on a prophetic ministry, prophets more than anything else are seers. They're seers. And here's the wonderful blessing about it. Revelation begets revelation. When you sit on a revelatory ministry, guess what happened? Revelation explodes in your spirit. Revelation begets revelation. And somebody could be speaking about one thing and God will pop revelation in you about your particular need and concern in your area. But whenever you get a vision, you have to know what to do with a vision. There are 4 things that you can do with a vision in the economy of God. Number 1, you can run with a vision. Run with it. Sometimes he'll just tell you, run with it. I've given you this vision, I want you to run with it. I'm giving you this vision, I want you to run with it. Secondly, he'll sometimes tell you to hold it. Because God will show you the vision before it's time for you to execute the vision. You've got to understand something about the timing of the Lord. God is not a God of time, God is a God of timing. It's doing it at the right time that makes it prophetic. It's doing it at the right time that makes it powerful. It is doing it at the right time. You've got to sow in the right season. There's always a season for a seed. There's a season for a seed. You have to discern the season for the sowing. So sometimes God will sow a vision into you, and immediately when he gives it to you, it's time to run with the vision. Other times, it's the time to hold it. You have to learn how to hold a vision. I've seen more people abort what God was trying to birth because they start running with what they were designed to hold. Can you imagine if a woman, the moment she's at it, somebody has taken her on a vacation and then she gets pregnant and then she realizes I'm pregnant now. Wouldn't it be silly for her to leave the honeymoon suite and run and check into the hospital and go to the maternity ward and try to get up on the table? God gives you vision to show you something that is down the road. Vision is nothing but spiritual binoculars that allows you to see something that is at a distance, but it allows you to see it as it's up close.
Jesus.
So it becomes so real, and that's why you get excited. So you see the vision, and it makes you immediately want to run it, but God will test you in patience where you have to hold this thing. If I had time today, I would tell you, I've lived long enough. Last year I celebrated 40 years in ministry. But I've lived long enough now to realize that there's a process of life and there is a pace of life. And you got to learn how to pace yourself for the timing of the Lord. Life is not a sprint. Life is a marathon with hurdles and curves. And you have to pace yourself for the journey. There are the problems of life, the pains of life, the process of life. But you have to learn the pace of life. And so when you get a vision from God, you have to realize the pace. Is this my time to run with this vision, or should I hold it? I've seen churches split because some spiritual screwball got a vision and took off with what they should have held. Hold it until it matures. And until you mature, and until the season is right. When you get a vision, you either run with the vision, you hold the vision. Here's number 3, you submit it. Sometimes God is testing your submission. Can you take a vision that God has given you and submit your vision to the vision of the house? Because the greatest way to find your vision coming into manifestation is for you to take the seed of what you have and sow it in somebody else's ministry. Help somebody else's vision come to pass. It is your investment unselfishly in another person's vision that sows the seed bed for the harvest of your own vision coming to pass. And so God says, can you submit it? If you will let the seed of this thing, except a corn of wheat, fall to the ground and dies, it abides alone. Can you submit it? Can you let go of everything that you felt that God was saying to you? Can you let this die for a season? Will you let it fall to the ground? Do you have enough faith to let it die? Do you have enough faith to let it die? Your willingness to let it die is proof positive that you've got faith that God will raise it again. You see, here's the difference. When you let it fall to the ground and die, you're not burying it, you're planting it. What's buried stays there. What's planted is coming back up. Give it water, give it time, it is coming back up. Touch your neighbor, say, I am planted, not buried.